One of the most untalked about things about Batman the Animated Series, and when I say untalked about, I mean it's always seems to go missing from certain conversations, is how they manage to follow up episodes on the characters. I love the fact that there's an episode about this character early on. We might not see this character for a while, and the next time we see them, it's expanded on. There's only about three instances where it's just done masterfully: Two Face, Clayface, and Mr. Freeze. And Clayface has probably one of the most traumatic, supposedly supposed to be the end of his character arc at the time, moments where the episode Mudslide aired back in 1993, I believe. And this episode is tragic. It is just as the Clayface episode that I just talked about recently is tragic. I'm doing the sequel to it, which is Mudslide. And if you have not seen Mudslide, you probably should go ahead and see it because it is pretty much continuing on. And I love the fact that Batman, the first time he sees Hagen, he mentions, "Hey, look, I promised I could help you the last time. I could do it still. I can still help you." And it pretty much is just Matt Hagen's Clayface is literally falling apart. He's unstable body from the clay transformation is he's disintegrating, and he's in pain, threatening to destroy him, and he's just desperate to survive. And there's a scientist that he meets named Stella, ha ha ha, Stella, who she cares deeply for him because she's a big fan of his movies. And she wants to help him out. This is probably a chance to get close to probably some kind of crush. You know how some people can be. And she comes up with this treatment, which is like this rare isotope, if I remember, it was like an isotope that can stabilize his condition. But he has to wear that suit that she gives him to kind of help him, stop from falling apart and keeps him a little bit solid. And he has to break into stuff. He's stealing things. He's just committing a lot of crimes to help, fix himself. Batman eventually figures it out because he's Batman, a detective to the last. Mr. Freeze said that to go and try to stop it, not realizing what he was stopping until it was too late. And he does try to help Hagen. Like the whole episode, Batman is trying to help Hagen, reminding him, that like help is available, as I mentioned, and he could provide assistance legally with Wayne's help. He could Wayne Enterprises could help you, let us help you. But pride gets in the way. His bitterness from being changed in the first place kind of clouds his judgment, and that's unfortunate for villains. But they kind of got to be the villains, so and it culminates in like this battle where like Clayface gets it. He kind of regains his strength, but he's emotionally unstable. They end up fighting. He falls into the ocean. His body's already unstable because he wasn't completely fixed in the first place. He dissolves and he's supposed to be dead. And what the plan was at the time was that Clayface was supposed to just be dead. Like that was it. He was supposed to be done for. That was it. We did him. We killed him. Blah. That was supposed to be it. And obviously, New Batman Adventures rolls around and they do an episode about Clayface there. And God, I'll talk about that one soon, even though it's going to break my soul. It's such a satisfying ending for a character like Clayface, but it's also sad. Like they didn't just make him like a villain, right? He feels like this, as they said in like he's just a horror movie tragedy almost more so than like he's just evil. And Matt Hagen going out this way, where like his image completely dissolves from a high actor with a beautiful image to a dissolving monster. Like the progression, it's so painful. Like I don't like it's just so hard to like describe. And they did it so well. But the fact that he was supposed to die is like really crazy because man, they were really. This is only his second appearance, mind you. He has no other appearances in between Clayface, which is season one, and Mudslide, which is supposed to be, if you got the box set thingy, like box set three, even though I think it's technically like season two or something like that. But yeah, it's just a very long time before you see him again. And there is some portrayals here. There's like some kind of comparisons to like Heart of Ice. Like it is more of a tragic figure, and the crimes kind of have a reason behind it. Like he's not just stealing things; he is stealing things to survive. And we're supposed to feel for Matt Hagen actually, but emotional instability at the end turns him into, I'm still going to take you out, Batman. You know why? Because I'm the villain. And then he kind of falls to his death. It kind of takes back on the emotional toll, but it's still there because you still feel bad for him. And like the central, I would say the central tragedy for the episode is Clayface's greatest enemy isn't actually Batman. It's actually himself. Like he can't trust anybody except for Stella, and his rage towards, you know, the people and rage towards, the industry that turned him into Clayface kind of clouds his judgment in taking the help from Batman. Batman's trying to help him, which is why I love Batman in the show. He genuinely tries to help the villains. It it blinded him from redemption, but the psychological collapse also comes into that because he's so there. It was a movie star. He had a career, humanity, eventually a sense of self, but all of that's gone by the end of this episode. It's pretty much decaying in Clayface, part one and two, and then it eventually just dissolves in this episode. It's rough. It's one of the more emotionally tragic endings in a Batman episode. I mean, there's like Baby Doll and Mad Love and Heart of Ice, which I will talk about soon. It's my favorite episode of the show. It's just It's such a good episode, and it is also like visually impressive, just like Clayface was. Like that scene at the end of Clayface where he's flipping through all of his transformations is some of the best animation in the entire Batman run. But the constant shifting, his crumbling body, the animation team was definitely like, all right, bro, this is kind of rough to keep doing. I'm pretty sure to animate Clayface, they had to go over to Japan to like animate him because it was a strain, and I'm pretty sure it's probably another reason why Clayface ended up dying because it was probably expensive to animate Clayface to like have the transformations happen and it still be smooth and clean and not look terrible. It looks good. It still looks great. So like I could see if they were just like, this is expensive. It's expensive, but all in all, it's a rare sequel episode that it successfully expands the villain story, and Batman did that in spades, right? Heart of Ice to Deep Freeze, Two Face to I believe Second Chance, Clayface and the Mudslide, the one with the ninja, the Night of the Ninja, and then Day of the Samurai. He goes and like they just do really good follow up episodes, which a lot of shows can't do. But Mudslide still stands, in my opinion, as one of the greatest episodes of the series. Now, do I like it more than Clayface Part 1 and 2? I don't actually think so. But I do put Mudslide not that far behind. Like, if Clayface Part 1 and 2 is potentially in my top 10, potentially Mudslide's not that far behind it. But they're both somewhere in like my top 20 episodes of the series. So, to that being said, let me know how y'all feel about Mudslide down below. Do you love the episode? Do you think that Clayface shouldn't have died at the end? Do you think that was the right way to end it? Let me know down below. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next week.